Shivaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudiraye. Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityaṁ Bhāgavata-sevayā. Bhagavati Uttama-shloke Bhaktir-bhavati Naishtaki. Aradhyo Bhagavan Vrajeshatanayas Tadhama Vrindavanam. Ramya Kachitupasana Vrajavadhu Vargena va Kalpita. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Pramanam Prema Pumartho Maha. Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhur Matamidam Tatradharana Para. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, dear worshipable devotees, for joining to read Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Canto 10, Chapter 29. Kṛṣṇa and the Gopis meet for the Rasa dance. We are very, very fortunate to get a chance to read Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam in the loving association of devotees. What could be a better thing in life than reading? It is mentioned in the Holy Scriptures that Ayur harati vai pumsam udyan astanchayan asau. Ayur harlit. Every day sun rises and sets, it steals away our life. It's stealing one day less. But whatever time we spend in the glorification of Kṛṣṇa, that time becomes immortal. That person becomes immortal. Although you may say, like, Jiva is immortal. But the point is, they ultimately go back home, back to Godhead. So the time clock stops. In short, the time becomes transcendental. So thank you for your serious, sincere study of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. We read till text 36 yesterday, and we were talking about the Gopis are talking to Kṛṣṇa that why are you kind of being so stubborn, right? We have given up everything and come to you, and now you are saying to go back? Oh, lotus-eyed one, oh, lotus feet. Yes, so many words, lotus, they are using. So we'll continue with the next verse. Hare Krishna. Rīryat padambuja rajasachakmatulasya labdvapi vakshasi padam kila bhritya jushtam yasya swavikshana utanya shura prayasas tadvadvayam cha tava padaraja prapanna. Translation and purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveti Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Goddess Lakshmi, whose glance is sought after by the demigods with great endeavor, has achieved the unique position for always remaining on the chest of her Lord, Narayana. Still she desires the dust of his lotus feet, even though she has to share that dust with Tulasi Devi. And indeed, with the Lord's many other servants. Similarly, we have approached the dust of your feet for shelter. Purport. The gopis here point out that the dust of the Lord's feet is so ecstatic and enlivening that the goddess of fortune wants to abandon her unique position on his chest to share with many other devotees a position at his feet. Thus, the gopis urge Lord Kṛṣṇa not to be guilty of a double standard. Since the Lord gave the goddess of fortune a place on his chest and also allowed her to seek the dust of his lotus feet, Krishna should certainly give the same opportunity to his most loving devotees, the gopis. After all, the gopis plead, seeking the dust of your lotus feet is perfectly justified, and you should encourage us in this endeavor and not try to send us away. Hare Krishna. So, thank you, dear Baldev Prabhu, Raghu Prabhu, Shilpa Mataji, Vaswati Mataji, Ruby Mataji, Surma Mataji, Lakshay, Prabhu, Babu Prabhu, and Nikant Prabhu. Thank you for taking out your most valuable time. We are reading this section, the gopis meeting with Krishna. They all leave everything, approach in the middle of the night to Krishna. Krishna says, "Oh, okay, I've seen the forest, moon, everything looks nice. Go back do your duties towards husband, family, children, etc., etc." And then the gopis start to speak this. So here, as we just read, even the goddess of fortune, who has exclusive position on Krishna's chest or Narayana's chest. Now, if someone has exclusive position, they don't want to, or we have heard of any other people on Narayan's chest, right? No. But when we talk about feet, there are so many who are sharing that position, right? Like Tulasi Devi and like many other devotees. So the glories of Krishna's lotus feet is described here. The glories of Krishna's lotus feet. Krishna's lotus feet are the source of our meditation, the source of all happiness. We begin our meditation towards deities by seeing Krishna's feet. Is it not? And Krishna is so kind. When we go in the altar, how does he stand? He stands teda, like his feet, we can see the soles also, right? Lord Ram stands like that, you can't see the soul. But Krishna, is like bent, and then you can see a little bit. So you can see the red, the soles also, right? It was the Tulasi touched by Krishna's lotus. Tulasi is always at Krishna's lotus feet, right? Where do we place Tulasi? Now, of course, we can place everywhere on Krishna's body, but mostly we place it on Krishna's lotus feet. So Lakshmi Devi is willing to share that position. Shri Tulsi is also present, but the glories of lotus feet is much more. That she also wants to abandon her position on the Narayana's chest and go to the lotus feet. This is what even Narottam Das Thakur says, Gauranga Karuna Karo, Dinahina Jane Musama Patita Prabhu Nahi Tribhuvane. He goes on further to say, Porichi Bhava Tufane Nahika Nistara, Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta Dane Dase Korupara. Porichi Bhava Tufane, I am caught up in this violent hurricane of material world. Nahika Nistara, koi escape nahi hai. There is no way out. Where shall I go? Everywhere I am struggling. Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta Dane Dase Korupara. The Śrī Caitanya, the lotus feet of Krishna are the only hope, are the only shelter, are the only refuge, are the only sources of happiness, are the only rescue, are the only way out. That's why the gopis are saying, Kṛṣna, why? You should encourage us. We want to be at your lotus feet. Mm. So the gopis are just giving the example, reading from Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur's commentary. As Lakshmi desires the dust of lotus feet of Narayana, according to Gargamuni's words, you resemble that Narayana, right? Gargamuni told that. So we must be similar to Lakshmi. If you are Narayana, that's what Gargamuni told, then we are that Lakshmi. So see that their loving exchange, they are like humorous at the same time, joking. Gargamuni said, right, you are Narayana, so we are the Lakshmis, right? You're ordinary. If cowherd boy can be Narayana, then cowherd girls can be Lakshmis, right? Though Lakshmi ji attained the topmost part of on your chest, she hankered for the dust of your lotus feet, which is the position of a co-wife, Tulasi. Tulasi is the co-wife, Vishnu's wife, like Vishnu Shaligram, Tulasi Viva, right? Happened just Kartik month, which are served by crowds of male attendants. Abandoning her shyness and her natural mood of consort, Lakshmiji accepted the position inferior to her own. Just as Lakshmi desires to give up her position as the dearmost to become your menial servant, we become likewise. We feel likewise. So being at the feet is more menial than being at the chest. So, but that's more nectarian. Giving up all embarrassments with desire to join your servants like Raktak and Patrak and others in massaging your feet. So Raktak and Patrak, these two devotees are primarily known as in the Dasya Rasa, who are massaging his feet, Dasya Bhav, right? Similarly, we are ready to accept positions lower than our own, like the Pulindas of Vrindavan, who rub the blades of grass tinged with the red kumkum from your feet on their forehead. So red kumkum is on Kṛṣna. You have seen in the temple deities, there's Kṛṣna's feet are red. It's a red kumkum. Furthermore, Lord Narayana, being satisfied by Lakshmi Devi, granted her eternal residence upon his chest, whereas you, the crest jewel of all skillful lovers, have not allowed us to remain in the vicinity of the soles of your feet even for a moment. We're complaining also. Like, this is all mixed emotion in the Madhurya Rasa. Sometimes they are humorous, sometimes they are complaining, sometimes they are saying you are stubborn, sometimes they are saying we are your servant, sometimes they are like criticizing him. This is a great blow to our self-esteem. If you want the fame of being considered equal to Narayana as per Garg Rishi's words, you should also carry us on your chest. A suggestion of deep love is also hinted, right? So anticipating that Kṛṣna might be jokingly object saying, just as Goddess Lakshmi is unsteady, you should also become unpredictable by going from house to house among different pious persons. Right? Goddess Lakshmi is Chanchala, Lakshmi is Chanchal. So the gopis reply, is Lakshmi fickle like a fool? She's the most steadfast of the ladies. For the sake of receiving her merciful glance, which is full of motherly compassion, Brahma and other demigods who are like her sons make great endeavor. Yet still she hardly ever even glances upon them. So basically, she's not saying like she's not like chanchal like a foolish lady, right? She is very, very mature. So in short, the comparison or the glories of Krishna's lotus feet, the gopis are comparing themselves to Lakshmi and Kṛṣna to Narayana as per Garg Rishi's words. And in short, saying that we have approached the dust of your lotus feet. Krishna's lotus feet, the dust of Krishna, even in Vrindavan, everyone would follow the etiquette. When Krishna stepped on any place, no one would step on that. They would see the footprints or the marks, the auspicious marks on Krishna's holy feet, and no one would ever step on that. This is Vrindavan. And that same Vrindavan, we can go and experience where Krishna used to play Raman Reti, where the Govardhan Parikrama. Not only Krishna, where thousands and millions and maybe trillions of people have done Parikrama. Every day, tens and thousands of people are doing Parikrama every day. And on some days, maybe millions. It's like a 21-kilometer periphery or circumference. And every day, at least 10,000 plus people are doing parikrama every day from at least 5,000 years or more. So we can't imagine how holy that place is. So many devotees, so many pure souls, and still today also are doing parikrama, are going to Vrindavan. So that dust where Krishna personally played, Krishna personally did, and along with his many um, devotees, that's the actual refuge. So we must meditate upon Krishna's lotus feet. We must. Shri Rama. What's that famous verse? Shri Ramachandra Charanam Shirasa Namami Shri Ramachandra Charanam Vachasa Grinami Shri Ramachandra Charanam Sharanam Prapatye Shri Ramachandra Charanam Manasa Smarami. Same can be said for Shri Krishna also. Shri Krishna Chandra Charanam Manasa Smarami Shri Krishna Chandra Charanam Vachasa Grinami Shri Krishna Chandra Charanam Shirasa Namami Shri Krishna Chandra Charanam Sharanam Prapadye. I bow down to the lotus feet of Lord. I remember the lotus feet of Lord in my heart. I speak the glories of the lotus feet from my mouth, and I ultimately take full shelter of the Krishna's lotus feet. Very nice. We can also say it for Damodan, right? So that's the beauty. Any other thoughts, comments anyone has? Okay, we'll read the next verse, text number 38. Anyone would like to read? I didn't get a chance yesterday, maybe. Yes, Shilpa Mataji, you want to read?
Yes, Prabhuji, I'll try. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, the Muslim devotees and Prabhuji. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 10.29.38. Tanna prasida vrijana vrajinardhana te angrarimulam prapta vishraja vasatistva upasanasaha tvam sundarasmita nirikshana tivra kama tapta manam purusa bhusana dehi dasyam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation: When Sri Krishna was born, the sage Garga predicted that.
Haribol, Mataji, this is the translation.
Oh, sorry. Translation: Therefore, O Vanisher of all distress, please show us mercy. To approach your lotus feet, we abandoned our families and homes, and we have no desire other than to serve you. Our hearts are burning with intense desires generated by your beautiful smiling glances, O jewel of men. Please make us your maid servants. Purport. When Sri Krishna was born, the sage Garga predicted that he would manifest all the opulences of the Supreme Lord Narayana. The Gopis now appeal to the Lord to fulfill this prediction by being merciful and granting them direct service, just as Lord Narayana awards direct service to his loving devotees. The Gopis emphasized that they did not give up their families and homes with the hope of securing a higher pleasure from Krishna. They are simply begging for service, revealing their pure-hearted devotion. The Gopis think, if in the course of your pursuing your happiness, we somehow or other become happy by seeing your face, what is the harm in that? Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti comments on the words Purusha Bhushana, or jewel among men. The Thakura states that the Gopis meant to say, O jewel of all males, please decorate our golden bodies with the dark blue gems of your limbs. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. For reading this beautiful verse. Lot of more adjectives are used here by the Gopis to glorify Krishna. Tanna Prasida, right? Therefore, you show us mercy upon us. His name is Ardana, the one who vanquishes all the distress. Oh, the one who vanquishes all distress, please be merciful upon us. Beautiful prayer, right? Even if you don't remember Sanskrit, but here, Vrijnardana. So, the killer of distress, or the destroyer, or the vanquisher of distress. So, if we have any kind of distress, whether material or anything, Krishna or Krishna's lotus feet can only destroy that. Material solutions cannot solve material problems. And the real material problems. We're not talking about some temporary problems or relative problems. We're talking about absolute material problems, birth, old age, disease, death. That no material tools or material medicine cannot solve the problem of can the best of the doctors stop one from getting old or stop one from dying? Maybe some short term may increase life by 1 or 2 years, so-called, because ultimately the life is fixed. But ultimately, or the repeated cycle of birth and death, no material thing can. Only Krishna, who is called Vrijnardana. Te Angri Moolam. In the previous verse, we saw Padamulam. Namo Pankaj Nabhaya, Nama Pankaj Maline, Nama Pankaj Netra, Namaste Pankaj Angriye. Pankaj Angri Prabhu, His Grace Pankaj Angri. Lotus feet. Again. So Angri Moolam or Padamulam, same. Right? Moolam means root. So we take shelter of your lotus feet again. So what happens? Prapta Visrijya Vastis Tvat Upa Sanasha. So to approach your lotus feet, we have abandoned our families' homes. Let's see. What Sundara Smita. This is also very beautiful, describing the beautiful smile. Krishna is always smiling. So smita, the word smile, S-M-I, quite similar, right? Smile, smita. The smile is also of multiple types. There is hasya rasa described in the nectar of devotion. There are like different types of smile. One in which the teeth are visible, the one in which like the teeth and voice also is there, the one which is like the lips are closed, the one where the lips are open. They're like different descriptions of smile. In the so Susmita, Krishna's smile is very, very most beautiful. He's always smiling, always smiling. And seeing him happy and smiling, our distress goes away. So, Tvat Sundara Smita or Susmita, Nirikshana Tivra Kama. Wow. And when you do Nirikshana, right? When Arjuna said, I want to do Nirikshana, who has come? When you see, when you glance, it intensifies our kama, or here prema. What are the gopis saying? Our hearts are burning with the intense desire generated by your beautiful smiling glances. So the Krishna's smiling or face, beautiful glances, it just increases our desire or our longing to serve him more. We have no other desire than to serve you. Tapta atmanam, tapta, like burning. Tapta, purusha bhushana dehi dasyam. Oh, please give us this opportunity to serve you. So, prapta visrijya, we have given up all our family, everything. To do what? Tvad upasana. Upasana also means worship. Right? So I think by doing word to word, we can now see, oh Krishna, please be merciful. Oh, the one who reduces or destroys all the mercy, please give us shelter of your lotus feet. We have come here, giving up all our family, friends, relatives, everything. Worship you. And your beautiful smiling glances. Your beautiful smile, your beautiful glances, your lotus face, your lotus feet are increasing our desire, tivra, are intensifying our desire to be with you, to serve you. The fire of separation, the burning, right? Jeweled men, or the best of all men. Please engage, please grant Dehi Dasyam. Please give us the wonderful opportunity to serve you. This is what we are longing. So, any thoughts, comments here? Want to hear what Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur says? So Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur is saying in this verse, in text 39, no, sorry, 38 we read, right? Sorry, 38. So giving up families, we have come here, right? The gopis are saying, please be pleased upon us. But Krishna says, oh, you girls have some bad karma, which causes suffering and stands in the way of my favoring you. Therefore, how can you receive my mercy? Does Lord Narayan grant his mercy just to anyone? You have some bad karma, so I can't give you my mercy. The gopis say, oh, one who is, you are Vrijnardana. Vrijindrardana. Vrijnardana. The one who destroys all the distress. Please remove our suffering, right? Or the bad karma. It is well known in scripture that Narayana takes away the suffering, right? Sarvdharman parityajya, you say in Bhagavad Gita, that Narayana takes away all the suffering of those who take shelter. So destroy our bad karma. If you're saying we have bad karma, then destroy it, destroy that suffering. right? We have given up our homes and everything. Visirjya vasatihi. Vasa means where we reside, we have given up our home. Krishna says, we surmise that you must be expecting some pleasure of me in the exchange of abandoning happiness, right? You have given up the happiness and the comfort of your home. Do you desire something in return? Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you. So the gopis say, no, our only aspiration is to worship you. Tvad upasana. Right? The idea underlying the gopis' argument is as follows. We circumstantially become more happy by seeing your face. What is the fault in that? Krishna says, why then are you gopis improperly asking me to extinguish the fire in your heart? Right? Tapta atmanam, right? Or the fire in our heart, tapta, it's blazing. The gopis say this is not improper. This is the truth. You are the cause of the fires flaring up. Our souls burn with intense desire, queried by your beautiful smiling glances, or say, oh, this is not our problem. This is your problem. You, by your glances, are increasing the fire in our heart, the fire of separation, the fire of service, the fire of longing more for you. What is my problem? It is your problem. Why are you so beautiful? um, am I still audible? I maybe saying my screen froze or something. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes,
Okay.
Prabhuji.
Yes, sure.
Good. Yeah. So the gopis are saying it's your problem that you are increasing our desire by being so beautiful, by giving a sweet smile always. You go to the altar, see the beautiful form of Krishna, Susmita, Sundara Smita. He destroys all the impurities. So you are the one who is flaring up by your beautiful smile, glances, etc. To remove that fault, you should simply grant us the position of your maid servants. So now it's your problem, and you have to compensate for it. And what is that compensation? Make us your servants. Srila Vallabhacharya comments on this verse. The gopis prayed for the position of maid servants, not Krishna's wives, because to be married to Krishna wouldn't need to have received Upanayan Sanskar Brahmin thread, which he got later in the Mathura Lila. Rajagopis continue, thus there is no harm in being unmarried maidens or being married to other men, for neither of these conditions prelude a relationship of servitude with you. So another comment here that we want to be your maid servants. Shripad Sanatan Goswami Pad says in his commentary that the service to a husband in married life does not give as much happiness as a service to a paramour lover. The point is also corroborated in the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Since being a servant is more desirable, the gopis pray in this verse, may we become mere maid servants. Because you are the vast ocean of desires, the proper worship of you who are a woman hunter by us young girls should be executed with our bodies to bring you satisfaction. So, O jewel of all men, please decorate the golden bodies with the dark blue gems of your limbs. In short, we want to be with you as your maidservant. So again and again, they are going back to the point and giving various reasons, arguments, counter arguments. Krishna gave a lot of reasons in 10 verses. Now it's their turn, right? This basically is the Madhurya Rasa, right? As you were why they're going back and forth is to enhance that. Any other thoughts, comments, questions anyone has on this? Okay, we'll go ahead and read the next verse, text number 39. Anyone would like to read? Yes, Mahāprabhu, you want to read? Or Lakshay?
I can read Prabhuji. Text 39. Viksyala kavarta mukham tava kundala Śrī Gandhasthala tara sudham hasitaval lokam databhya vayam cha bhuja dandayugam vilokya vakshashviya ika ramanam cha bhavamadasya. Translation. Seeing your face encircled by curling locks of hair, your cheeks beautified by earrings, your lips full of nectar, and your smiling lens, and also seeing your two imposing arms, which take away our fear, and your chest, which is the only source of pleasure for the good goddess of fortune. We have become your maidservants. Purpose. Lila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura envisions the Gopis dealings with Kṛṣṇa as follows. Kṛṣṇa says, "You want to become my servant, so do I have to buy you with some payment, or are you giving yourself freely?" The Gopis reply, "Since the beginning of our youthful womanhood, you have been purchasing us with a payment millions and millions of times more than enough. That payment is your gem-like smiling glance, which constitutes a great treasure we have never heard about or seen anywhere else. When you put your golden turban on your head, your maidservants will act as your valet, pulling up the turban bit by bit until it is just in the right position. And even while you shake a chastising finger at her, trying hard to prohibit her, she will put her hand beneath your turban and take the opportunity to glance at your face. Thus we, your maidservants, will relish with our eyes your abundant sweetness. Kṛṣṇa says, "Your husbands will not tolerate this behavior of ours. They will complain bitterly to King Kamsa, thus producing a fearful situation for me and for you as well." The Gopis say, "But Kṛṣṇa, your two mighty arms make us fearless, just as they did when you held up Govardhan Hill to protect us from the pride of Mahendra. Those arms will certainly kill that beast Kamsa. But being a religious person, I cannot make others wives my maidservants. Oh dear crest jewel of religious personalities, you may say that you refuse to make the cowherds' wives your maidservants, but by force you have already taken Lakshmi, the wife of Narayana, from Vaikuntha and are carrying her around on your chest. Out of shame, she has assumed the form of a golden lion on your chest, and she takes her only pleasure there. Besides, with all the 14 worlds and even above these worlds, in Vaikuntha beyond this universe, you may never reject any beautiful woman, no matter who she is or whom she belongs to. We know this quite well." Hare Krishna.
Thank you, dear Lakshay Prabhu, for your sincere enthusiasm towards reading Bhagavatam. This is very, very praiseworthy and a great inspiration for a person like me to see such a sincere soul regularly reading Bhagavatam. Thank you. Thank you so much. In this particular text 39, which we just read, so first they were glorifying Krishna's feet, right, in one or two verses, and then they are gradually going up and describing the other beautiful parts of his body, like his hands, his eyes, his face, his chest, right? his hairs. Vikshya alaka avritta mukham. This kind of, we see that the curly locks of hair. Krishna is called Keshava. Beautiful hairs, curly locks of hairs, right? And your cheeks are beautified by earrings. Lasat kundalam gokule vrajamanam. Right? Tava kundala, Śrī, the beauty of your earrings, kundala. What else? Gandhasthala, having the cheeks. So talking about the lips, talking about the smile again, talking about the glances again, right? They give abhayam. Your mighty arms, bhuja danda. Ajanulambita bhujao, bhuja, mahabaho, or arms. So they are the one which take away fear. Because Krishna is the source of all strength. Aishwaryasya samagrasya viryasya yasha shriya. He's the source of all strength. And if Krishna is with someone, with his mighty arms, we know he can kill all the demons. Yugam. Danda, bhuja, danda yugam. Yuga means pair, right? So 2 arms. And talking about the Vaksha Sthala, where Shri Lakshmiji always resides. Shri Vatsa, right? The strand of white hair on Krishna, on Narayana's chest, which basically represents the position of Lakshmi Devi. So in short, they are talking about the beautiful form of the Lord. It's just you can say like how the gopis were coming to complain to Mother Yashoda, right? Oh, Krishna is stealing butter. Oh, Krishna is being naughty. Oh, Krishna is like releasing our calves and they're running after the cow and they're drinking all the but different sorts of complaints. But that was Krishna Katha. Here also they seem to be like fighting or arguing, like, hey, go back. No, 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 we will not go back. I don't know why I should go back. In this particular case, they're asking, oh, looks like you want some payment. You're asking that you want to be my maid servants. So what is the payment? Because maid servant means I have to give you a salary. How much rupees, dollars? What's your compensation package? So who knows the answer? What was the compensation package the gopis asked for? Anyone remembers? We just read.
Servant.
No,
Service.
they want to be servant. Krishna says, what's the compensation you want? So what's compensation they said?
You smile. Gem
Yes.
smile.
Yes. Beautiful. Since the beginning of our youthful womanhood, you have been purchasing us with the payment, millions and millions more times more than enough. So in short, you have already given much, much more than was required. And that payment is your gem-like smiling glance, which constitute a great treasure we have never heard or seen anywhere else. So this is what the pure devotees are looking for. Krishna's glances. That's the only payment they want. They can learn from the gopi, the payment of Krishna's glances. Chintamani, jewel. Dhruv Maharaj, same thing, right? He was looking for kingdom, but when he saw Krishna, oh Krishna, having your darshan is like getting the most precious of all jewels, I was looking for broken pieces of glasses. So material payments, $100 or even $1 billion is like nothing. It's like broken trash in front of Krishna's sweet smiling glances. Is it not? This is what, and Krishna has purchased. Whom he has purchased? His pure devotees. Those who want to be purchased. Ami to Kangala Krishna Krishna bole. Right? Those who want Krishna so dearly in their life, Krishna says, I can easily be purchased. Is it not? He can be easily purchased by bhakti. Vikrinete swamatmanam. We discussed that in Tulsi Katha. Tulsi dalamatrena jalasya chulukena va vikrinete swamatmanam. I sell myself. He's willing to sell himself to his devotees. So, when you put the golden turban on your head, your maidservant will serve you as your wallet by arranging your hair with the comb. With your hands, you will tuck the curls of hair under your turban. These curls are visible only on the left and the right side of your forehead, and they do not cover your smiling face. Similarly, when you place the jewels on your turban, your maidservants will see the locks of hairs pushed to the left and the right side of your forehead. What is the face like? Sometimes the earrings are completely visible, partially visible, or completely covered by locks of hair. Sometimes the earrings are stationary, slightly moving, or completely agitated. Like when he was running, they were completely boom, boom, boom. They were like swinging back and forth, lasat kundalam, right? So there's sometimes still, sometimes slight movement, sometimes bang, 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 like a pendulum. So it also reveals his beauty or Śrī. Whenever Krishna smiles and laughs, his cheeks become obscured by the widespread corners of his mouth. Right? So like the sweet smile. And his lips seem to be coming from his cheeks as well. So the lips elongate, right? When the person is smiling, Krishna is smiling. So like that, in short, there is a lot of description, more description also about Krishna's beauty here. In particular about, this is all Krishna is, the gopis are talking about his face. Your mighty arms are the ones which give fearlessness. Krishna's face is filled with smiling glances. So Krishna says, your husbands will not tolerate this behavior of yours. They will complain bitterly to King Kamsa, thus producing a fearful situation for you. What will happen? They'll say, Kamsa, look at these wives are not obeying the codes of society. The gopis says, we are under the shelter of your mighty arms. You are the one who gives all fearless. What can millions of Kamsas do? Nothing to you. So this is the Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhim, Abhay Charana Aravind. When Krishna is near, have no fear. Exactly, right? When Krishna is near, have no fear. Because he's the one who is the source of all the strength, all the power, so why fear when Krishna is near? That's what the gopis are teaching us. And he's saying that you lifted Govardhan hill. What can this Kamsa do? Your arms are so strong. So in this way, the Shringar Ras is nourished by the chivalry rasa also. As we say, the Shringar Ras or Madhuri Rasa has all the rasa. So here there is mention of chivalry also, or strength, fighting spirit. Like they're talking about, oh, our Krishna is the most powerful also. Right? He can defeat all the demons. He can give us all fearlessness. He can lift the mountains like anything. So Virya Rasa or chivalry. Krishna says, oh, I follow the path of dharma. I cannot make others wise my maid servant. I am pointing his index finger at himself, Krishna asked, "Do you understand who am I?" The gopi said, "Yes, of course we do. You are the crest jewel of religious personalities. You may say that you refuse to make the cowherd wives your maid servants, but by force you have already taken Lakshmi, the wife of Narayana, right, from Vaikuntha, and are carrying her around on your chest. Out of modesty, she has assumed the form of a golden line that sports prominently, called Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta. The word is, so the golden line that is called Srivatsa on your chest is, you're saying you are the follower of Dharma, but you have already taken the wife of Narayana on your chest. So besides, we know for certain that within all the 14 worlds, even in this world, even Vaikuntha, beyond this universe, you will never reject anyone. So Krishna does not reject anyone. So you cannot reject us, irrespective of our background, irrespective of whatever circumstance. Krishna, because we can say, oh, because everything is his. How can he reject? Everything is his. So he cannot reject anyone, especially the ones who come and take his shelter. How can he reject? He's the Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwar. He's the cause of all causes, the strength of all strengths, the master of all masters. He cannot reject anyone. You know this famous story, right? Between Akbar and Birbal, that one time Akbar developed a little bit pride, and Birbal, being his minister, very, very intelligent minister, one of the Navratnas, or the 9 very famous, talented people in his court, Birbal sensed that Akbar is developing pride and said, "Birbal, why don't you tell me what's the difference between me and God?" He said, "Well, you can do something which God cannot do." So trying to flare up his, "Oh, really? I was thinking the same. Maybe I'm even better than God." So he said, "Really? I want to know more. Tell me more." He said, "You can reject someone out of, you can kick someone out of your kingdom, but God cannot do that." Because your kingdom is limited. It's a small territory. Even if it's the whole city, state, or country, it's still limited. Even if it's whole earth, it's still a small territory compared to the material world. But God cannot do that. He cannot kick anyone out of the world because everything is his. Then Birbal was humbled. Oh, sorry, Akbar was humbled. That we consider this is mine, this is me, mine, very, very strong, rooted. But yeah, so Krishna, the point here is that you never reject anyone, especially the beautiful gopis who are your dear devotees. How can you reject? So please accept us, in short. Any thoughts, comments? This one devotee has joined Hari Bol. Who is he or she? If you would like to share reveal more about yourself, we would be very grateful. Where are you joining from? What's your name? Okay. Nonetheless, we offer Haribol to Haribol Prabhuji and Mataji. So if you wish to type, you can type also. Any other thoughts, comments anyone has before we kind of wrap up for today?
Just one.
Yes.
Sorry, sorry, Prabhuji, not to cut you. This was, I think, in the beginning of the chapter, you mentioned that this is one of the most misunderstood chapter, Raas Lila chapter. I feel like this is really a different. To understand this, we need to be in a different mood, and how they are, how the description that you're providing is totally in a different. It's taking us in a different way. So, thank you so much, Prabhuji. Just want to share that.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Just trying to repeat like a parrot. And thank you for this is what our acharyas have given us so that we can properly understand and appreciate it. Otherwise, the conditioned mind is so corrupted. The tendency to judge, the tendency to jump to conclusions with very limited understanding. And therefore people misunderstand. Therefore the right background is certainly required, as you said. So therefore our goal is to go slowly, nourish, relish. Thank you for your kind participation.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for sharing what you heard, and as well as a personal experience. Thank you. Very well, everyone. Thank you.
Debo. Yes, Mataji, you were saying something.
Kṛṣṇa Prabhuji, Dhammatam. I just wanted to echo Prabhuji, what Ekant Prabhu said. So beautiful words, and those conversations, and so sweet the way you were explaining also takes to that conversation that Kṛṣṇa and Gopis are having at that place. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. I will go to you.
Thank you, Mataji. This should also give us some spiritual pride, in the sense like we are connected to this lineage. Now, this Shukdev Goswami narrated this 5,000 years back, but what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur given is much recent. Is it not? It's much recent. Like maybe 400 years back or so. Now, how our Goswamis, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami have given these commentaries, they understand, they were seeing these pastimes. They were like you and I mean, we cannot just speculate this, oh, Kṛṣṇa must be saying this, Gopis must be thinking this. That will be speculation, right? But if the acharyas are giving here something, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying something, Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Jiva Goswami, when they say something, that's not speculation. Because these pure devotees know the heart of Lord. They are seeing those pastimes daily. So we should have like a great sense of safety, security, and spiritual pride of our great parampara we have got chance to hold, right? Which will so surely and take us back home, back to Godhead. So thank you. Kantraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Purana ki jai, Jagadguru Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripasindubhya cha Titanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo. Thank you. Hare Kṛṣṇa. Jai Śrīla Prabhupada.
Hare Kṛṣṇa.
Thank you. I will go to you.
Hare Hare.